Thy sire and I were one, nor varied aught in public sentence, or in private thought. Alike to council or the assembly came, with equal souls and sentiments the same. But then by wisdom one proud Ilion burned, and in their slips the conquering Greeks returned. 'Twas God's high will the victors to divide, and turn the event, confounding human pride. Some be destroyed, some scattered as the dust. Not all were prudent, and not all were just. Then discord sent by Pallas from above, stern daughter of the great avenger Jove, the brother kings inspired with fell debate, who called to council all the Achaean state. But called untimely, not the sacred rite observed, nor heedful of the setting light, nor herald sworn the session to proclaim. Sour with debauch, a reeling tribe the came. To these the cause of meeting they explain, and Menelaus moves to cross the main. Not so the king of men be willed to stay the sacred rites and hecatombs to pay, and calm Minerva's wrath. O blind to fate, the gods not lightly change their love or hate. With ireful taunts each other they oppose, till in loud tumult all the Greeks arose. Now different counsels every breast divide, each burns with rancor to the adverse side. The unquiet night strange projects entertained, so Jove that urged us to our fate ordained. We with the rising morn our ships unmoored, and brought our captives and our stores aboard. But half the people with respect obeyed the king of men, and at his bidding stayed. Now on the wings of winds our course we keep, for God had smoothed the waters of the deep. For Tenedos we spread our eager oars, their land and pay due victims to the powers. To bless our safe return we join in prayer. But angry Jove dispersed our vows in air, and raised new discord. Then so heaven decreed, Ulysses first and neater disagreed. Wise as he was by various counsels awayed, he there, though late, to please the monarch stayed. But I determined stem the foamy floods, warned of the coming fury of the gods. With us Tydides feared, and urged his haste, and Menelads came, but came the last. He joined our vessels in the Lesbian bay, while yet we doubted of our watery way. If to the right to urge the pilot's toil, the safer road beside the Syrian isle, or the straight course to rocky Chios plow, and anchor under Mimas's shaggy brow. We sought direction of the power divine. The god propitious gave the guiding sign. Through the mid seas he bid our navy steer, and in Euboea shun the woes we fear. The whistling winds already waked the sky. Before the whistling winds the vessels fly with rapid swiftness, cut the liquid way, and reach Gerestus at the point of day. There hecatombs of bulls to Neptune slain, high flaming please the monarch of the main. The fourth day shone when all their labors o'er. Tydides' vessel touched the wished for shore. But I to Pylos scud before the gales, the gods still breathing on my swelling sails. Separate from all, I safely landed here. Their fates or fortunes never reached my ear. Yet what I learned attend, as here I sat and asked each voyager, each hero's fate, curious to know and willing to relate. Safe reached the Myrmidons, their native land, beneath Achilles' warlike son's command. Those whom the heir of great Apollo's art, brave Philoctetes, taught to wing the dart, and those whom Idomen from Ilion's plain had led securely crossed the dreadful main. How Agamemnon touched his Argive coast, and how his life by fraud and force he lost, and how the murderer paid his forfeit breath. What lands so distant from the scene of death, but trembling heard the fame and heard admire how well the son appeased his slaughtered sire, even to the unhappy that unjustly bleed. Heaven gives posterity to avenge the deed. So fell Aegisthus, and mayest thou, my friend, on whom the virtues of thy sire descend, make future times thy equal act adore, and be what brave Orestes was before.